You know, I really didn't want to film this with this camera because I hate this camera. I hate the fact that it shows the date on the bottom and there seems to be no way to change it. We've had this camera for like, what, 6 years now? Still no way to change it? But whatever. It'll have to do. Besides, I believe I filmed my earliest Christmas video back in 2010 with this. Anyways, enough about stupid ranting. That's going to make me look like an idiot when I watch this again. Yeah, here are my Christmas 2016 presents. First off, let's start off with this. A Sega Game Gear. Now, here's the thing. I already own a Sega Game Gear that I bought for $20 3 years ago, but guess what? It died. You know, the capacitors completely died, and even after the capacitors were replaced, there was still something wrong with it, so RIP Game Gear. 2013 to 2016. So we bought another one. However, this one is kind of special because it actually has its capacitors replaced. I know, right? And when I got it, it was Black Friday in the store. I got it had this sweet little deal. They were like, hey, we'll, charge you less for this, and if you buy a system, we'll throw in a game for free that's like under $10. So or 15 or whatever. But anyways, the free game I got with it is Quest for the Shaven Yak, starring Ren, Hoek, and Stimpy. A game that I believe Pete Dorr got that in one of his oldest videos, through a Secret Santa thing or whatever. How do I remember this stuff? But whatever. Ever since then, it kind of caught my interest. That, and also I have watched Ren and Stimpy before, so it's like, hey, let's get a game for it. But I'll discuss more about that in a later video. I got a Sonic Boom Fire and Ice for the 3DS. This one I just beat. I'll explain more about it, but it's actually good. I do think this is a good game. It surprised me more than I thought it would have. But even then, not the best, but it's still good. Mario Party Star Rush, haven't played it enough, but it's kind of leaving first impressions so far, but hey, I'll continue to play it. Lee Trevino's Fighting Golf for the NES. Not a bad golf game. It's by SNK, so you expect some sort of quality there, and it's actually kind of fun. My brother got me this, Donkey Kong Land for the original Game Boy, and maybe I'll make some sort of attempt to beat this before 2016 vanishes, because it's really fun. It's actually better than I thought, and, I guess was expecting some sort of level of quality, and I got it. Here we have Bisojo Senshi Sailor Moon R for the Super Famicom. It's a beat-em-up. It's the sequel to another Super Famicom beat-em-up. That first game was actually not exclusive to Japan. It actually saw a release in Europe, because pretty much every Sailor Moon game, besides that one, is exclusive to Japan, with the exception of the 3D Adventures of Sailor Moon for the PC, but it's actually a pretty competent game, even though it's short. F-Zero for Super Nintendo. Obviously I had to get that, it's a classic, and it doesn't cost, $7,000. Like a lot of Super Nintendo games do. So, yeah, that's really cool to have. Mario Tennis Power Tour. I've been wanting to get this, just kind of a Mario game, saying that, oh, I'll get it, but I wanted to get it in the box, so I found it in the box for like $26. Done. And this one was also a gift. Well, granted, so are all these, but this one was from another family member. This is Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for the Dreamcast. Really freaking cool to have this. Unfortunately, there's no manual, but I'll probably buy another copy that has the manual, or probably buy the manual alone at some point. But it is really cool to have this, because Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is a very sought-after, highly well-respected game that I now finally just get the time to play. I mean, I suppose that would be like if somebody got Super Smash Bros. Melee this year for Christmas and just finally played it for the first time. It's kind of like that, except, no manual. And, even, I guess this game still holds its value, not just because people want the original thing, but, the digital release of this is gone forever, so, yeah, it's very cool to have this, and I can't wait to play this a lot more. So that was Christmas 2016. Not as much stuff as like other Christmases, but you have to remember I'm getting a lot of stuff outside of this, you know, that I guess just doesn't simply count as part of the Christmas list, but still a good year overall, and yeah, Merry Christmas, I guess, even though this is the 30th of December.